What's good? I've got a different video for you all today. What if Anakin Skywalker was in Hazbin Hotel? So Anakin Skywalker, formerly Darth Vader, has just been turned back to the light side of the Force by his son Luke Skywalker. Now, was Anakin really the best person in the galaxy? Not really, because honestly, he blew up a planet. He killed an entire planet's worth of people, but still he believed he was worthy of redemption. Even Qui-Gon Jinn believed that Anakin was worthy of redemption despite all that he had done. And while normally he would be worthy of redemption, in this continuity, the Force had other plans for Anakin Skywalker, because instead of becoming one with the Force, Anakin Skywalker ended up in hell. Anakin didn't know why he was here or how he got into this dimension or whatever the conjuration of the Forces was. Though little did he know this wasn't actually a conjuration of the Force, although I guess technically it is, but anyway, this place reminded Anakin a lot of Mustafar, which brought back some pretty traumatic memories for him, though by this point he learned to let go of all that, and it's a whole thing. After a bit of walking, Anakin would make his way into a pretty big city, unexpectedly big for, well, hell. The things Anakin saw in this city, well, let's just say they made his blood boil. He saw, slavery, a whole bunch of nasty stuff happening in here, but, it's hell, so, what the hell can he do about it? Within this city, Anakin soon saw some sort of demon or something with a kind of radio stick, and then, he'd approach this, being.
Welcome to hell. You must be new here. The name's Alastor.
Anakin wouldn't speak, he just listened as Alastor spoke to him.
You being here means you are guilty of some devious crimes in the galaxy. So, what brings you here?
At this, Anakin decided to speak. I am possibly the most hated man in the galaxy right now. You might know me as, Darth Vader, maybe? Anakin Skywalker, Chosen One, former Jedi, Sith apprentice to Palpatine. I've been through it all.
Anakin. My, you're very famous down here for the amount of times you fucked up in the galaxy.
After about 2 hours or so of just talking about Anakin's mistakes, they eventually walk off from the main part of the city to a rather large-ish hotel building known as the Hazbin Hotel. In a weird sort of way, the Hazbin Hotel sort of reminded Anakin of Coruscant, actually. Specifically Padme's residence, or even the Jedi Temple, really. Just, I guess Coruscant, it was weird to him how much it resembled it, at least in his opinion. Going to the lounge of the hotel, Anakin finally knew why he was summoned to hell. It wasn't because he was irredeemable, but because he needed to redeem the others, the clients of this hotel. And so after some necessary discussion, Anakin would help on getting to work on getting these clients redeemed and possibly sent up to the land above, also known as heaven, or in his case, the cosmic force. It'd take a long time for him to get it done, but eventually Anakin would help in the redemption of the hotel clients, and he'd even pick up a few more members of the hotel, including, wouldn't you know it, Papa Palpatine himself. Unbeknownst to literally everyone in the hotel, Palpatine had struck a deal with heaven in that he would help them in the next extermination of hell, and whenever it came. It's unknown how Palpatine managed to strike a deal with those up in heaven, but it had to be through some really shady stuff, which somehow those up in heaven didn't really see through, but it's Palpatine. You never really know what to expect from Palpatine. However, there was one thing that Palpatine didn't account for, and that was Alastor. Just as Palpatine went off to go to another undisclosed area, Alastor would catch him doing whatever it was he was gonna do.
Oh, Palpatine! Did you really think I didn't know what you were doing?
Alastor, Heaven warned me about you. Palpatine thought he was the shit, but in hell, he's not even the fart, so Alastor, he tore him a new one, and he fucking killed him again. At the same time, back in the hotel, Anakin had managed to redeem every client of that hotel and send them up to heaven. And immediately after that, Anakin would finally transcend into the cosmic force. Lucifer would soon hear of what happened at the hotel with Palpatine, and he'd personally perform an investigation with the help of Alastor. Now, these two weren't exactly on the best of terms, but for the purposes of this investigation, because, well, all of hell was at stake here, they had to do this together. It wouldn't take them long to find out that the leaders of heaven had struck a deal with Palpatine. In exchange for him going up into heaven, he would have to help with hell's next extermination, which now he couldn't do because, well, he was fucking dead. Because of both Lucifer's and Alastor's findings, the leaders of heaven would eventually somehow be replaced by ancient Force users. Meanwhile, Anakin would be able to live out the rest of his days as both a guide to the living and a guide to heaven. That being said though, Anakin would eventually find out how to traverse to hell as well as to heaven in his physical form without requiring a Force ghost vessel. And that, my fellow Mandalorians, is the end of this What If story. Hope you liked this video. Decided to do something a bit different for once, gonna mix it up. I want to do some more experimental stuff like these What Ifs, but I also have some Versus stuff planned in the future. Don't worry though, the Menace files are still coming. But yeah, if you want to see more stuff like this, like, subscribe, and have a good day. And remember, this is the way.